Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to continue with round 2. Tonight we've got a returning guest of New Belgium. This is their Voodoo Ranger going up against, for the first time in the contest, Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. So, finally getting into the little bit higher rated beers as far as the Untappd ratings go. If you haven't watched my other videos, I basically got 12 different shelf IPAs from Publix, and I put them all in and checked them all on Untappd and ranked everything from 12 seed all the way down to the 1 seed. And Dogfish Head is the 2 seed. Voodoo Ranger is the 10th seed. So this was the third lowest one rated, and this was the second highest one rated on Untappd. So yeah, go over here, we'll show you on the bracket. We started out in round 1. Sweetwater beat Yazoo. We got Lagunitas and Kona beat that one, surprisingly. Terrapin got beat by this beer, New Belgium, Voodoo Ranger. And then Sierra Nevada Pale Ale moved on over Sweetwater as well. So second round, Elysian lost to Sweetwater. Kona and New Belgium, and they have already had their little go, so Kona won that one. And then now here we are at Dogfish Head and New Belgium. Alright, yeah, that kind of does that for the bracketing part, so you guys kind of can catch up and you know where we're at. So as far as these two beers go, Voodoo Ranger is a 7%. Enjoy by February 16th. So we're getting really close to this as enjoy by. This one is bottled. My wife just put the number on there and in the corresponding cup. This says number 1. And then obviously this one is number 2. And then the 60-minute IPA, this one is bottled on October 25th. So this one, you know, about 3 months old. 6% alcohol by volume. Yeah, I haven't had 60-minute in quite some time. So, yeah. As far as the appearance goes, kind of similar. This one's a little darker. When I'm holding up to the light, they look identical, but you can tell this one's a little darker. Like a deep gold. This one's like a medium gold type thing. Both pretty clear beers. They might have some chill haze. It's really cold out in this garage tonight, in case you guys couldn't tell with my 2 jackets. Let's shove our nose into one. Yeah, it's got a light citrus fruit thing going on. A little bit like a light crackery or bready malt character to it. Grapefruit, maybe some pineapple. It's very muted though. So let's check this one. Okay, this one definitely smells more West Coast. So it definitely smells like they used more crystal malt. But there is a nice fruit characteristic to it too. It's got a similar thing going on with the pineapple and grapefruit as well. Maybe some citrus fruit. Pretty similar on the fruit characteristics, but this one smells like it has a little bit more malt character to it. So let's just taste them. So, because I think this one's 6%, this one's 7, and this one's 6. You know, so I don't know if we'll be able to tell. You know, depending on the crystal malt, you know, if they use a lot of crystal malt, it might be a little sweeter. But then using using more malt in this beer to achieve the higher alcohol, we could get some sweetness from that too. So I'm really not quite 100% sure on this one yet. I know we've had this one already in a prior video, and that's what I'm led to think this one is it probably, just because I don't remember it being darker like this. But I'm not confident enough to just tell you guys straight up right now without tasting them. So let's dive in. grapefruit and like a piney resinous type thing. A little bit of like bready malt mid palate. Fairly dry. I mean, there's a little bit of sweetness on the back end, but it dries out pretty well. Let's jump to this one. Yep. That one's a little bit more sweet. Definitely use of caramel malts, I would say. Even more dry than this one. Kind of feels like it like pulls everything off of your teeth and just like, it's just like a, I don't know, it scrapes everything away from your palate. This one is not hop forward, I wouldn't say. I would say you get a graininess, you get a sweetness from the malt, and then there's just like a little accent of like a grapefruit, you know, typical West Coast thing, but it's dialed down quite a bit from what I would, you know, usually expect out of a West Coast IPA. The fruit is more, and the hops are more on the backbone. Not the backbone, but they're more in the background, sorry. The malt is at the front of the show here. Yeah, this one, now that I'm smelling this one, the fruit is more noticeable on the nose for sure. Yeah, and on the palate as well. More hop forward. So I would consider this one pretty West Coast. I mean, it's got a bitterness there. It's got the grapefruit thing going on. You know, the caramel malt dries out really quickly. Leads me to think it's the lower ABV. This one, more hop forward. It's kind of an opposite, honestly. This one's more malt forward. This one's more hop forward. This one, the hops are more in the background, obviously, and this one, the hops are more on the foreground. So, both good beers. You know, there's a time and place for both. So, let's check them here. So I think they're going to stick with the way they are here. I think this is the New Belgium, and this is the Dogfish. Let's check them. Oh, what am I doing? This is label number 1, like I said before. Yep. We've been kind of on the ball here. I feel like I've been saying stuff, and I'm like, what am I saying? That did not make any sense. On the ball? Like, what the... We got a streak going, I should say. And then, try to do this without spilling it. Number 2, being Dogfish. So, okay, we're right again. And, oh, shoot. I didn't tell you guys which one's moving on. This one's moving on. Voodoo Ranger, making it all the way to the semifinals here. It's a good beer. I like it. I like the hop forward part of this beer. 60-minute, like I said, it's got its place. I think it just, it's not something that's sought after as much anymore. And that's just because of the evolution of beer over the last several years. You know, for a while this was a pretty classic, you know, well regarded beer. It's just different now. Things are different. People want hop forward. They want that fruit character in there. So this is going to take it. Let's jump back over the bracket here. So as we can see, and I think this is going to be a good matchup. In the semifinals, we'll have Sweetwater going up against... well, actually, no. That one's going up. That one's got its opponent already. We're taking over this second spot down here where New Belgium Voodoo Ranger is moving on. So it's going to go up either against the 40th anniversary or the Pale Ale from Sierra Nevada. And then we will have our final four. So if you check back in the video tomorrow, you'll see we've got our final four. So guys, if you like what you see, maybe you'll subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Leave a comment. Share this with your friends, your beer friends. Maybe they'll like it too. So guys, New Belgium, it's going on. Cheers, guys.